have known for decades what the end result of this fractional reserve thing is. We knew that, all of you, they're going to do the Amero. Oh my goodness, they're going to, consolidate the governments and currency of Mexico, United States, and Canada. No, they're not. They're going to do the world, though. You think it's a distraction. Within weeks, certainly by before Obama gets in, they're going to have they'll probably call it the dollar. And they'll have it, and they may even wave some, gold over it a little bit. We'll have like a little percentage of gold in it and so on. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Gold and the Dow are going to meet soon. Silver is going to go out the roof. Let me tell you how convinced I am. I've been buying as much as I can afford. I'm going to pay off all my bills. When the dollar goes to nothing and the loaf of bread, what it costs, is going to pay off your mortgage. You think I'm kidding? Can I say it now on webcam and so I can go, Neon, I freaking told you so? Right here, okay? Because we know what's going to happen. We know what their game is. Their game is enslavement of you in your best interest. Going to give you a golden cage, okay? Now the reason is because they put everybody's chips on. Everybody got them on the table. Got your 401k in. Got your IRA. You got your mortgage. Got everything in. It's all on the table. Well, it's ours now. That's what's happening. The cure is to understand why it happened, so it doesn't happen again. Because they always just keep doing it. So for the first time in human history, we're making history. This is amazing. For the first time in human history, we have the ability to understand what's happening in real time with faces and names of the people doing it. That has never happened before. It's too late. It's not an if thing. It's an already happened thing. So now it's how many cans of Campbell's soup can you get? Okay? How much water do you got? How many friends do you have? How much land can you plow? It is time to survive this thing. So all those crazy anarchist libertarian people over there and so on, they're the ones that's going to be the rich SOBs because they got bullets to trade for bread. You think I'm kidding? And the thing is that we are in a situation now that this revolution can be peaceful or it can be violent. I think there's going to be some violence. But it's not going to be the way you think. It's going to be people that can't eat. It's going to be people that's starving. It's going to be people that are begging for food until they stop begging and they start getting more insistent. So you need to take care of yourself because what's coming cannot be stopped. We need to free our minds so we don't create a situation, a society that repeats it over and over. And for the first time, the youth have shown us the way because we had people like Dr. Paul that said, this is the truth, and the young people said, I know truth when I hear it, and when everybody's screaming about how much you got to get on the lamestream media, the media so last century, and you name off talking heads of, O'Reilly and Blitzer and Hannity and all these guys, and you talk to some 23-year-old college kid that had a, live video phone of what happened that he sent to the planet that everybody saw, and then 2 hours later on CNN they go, a couple hundred people stopped by when it was 10,000. That just lessens their credibility. The kids know what's going on, and you're talking to them about how you got to get mainstream coverage, and they name off these names, and they don't even know who the hell you're talking about. They go, Wolf who? Sean what? Their biggest stars are themselves. We are in a situation now that it's a Bourgeois Day moment. We haven't been here before, okay? So what's happening is in your hands. And there's a lot of us that are giving you the tools to be able to have fun with it. And I love the fact that everybody's got a camera. The bad guys are so toast. And the first time, they're starting to realize it. They know it. What are they going to do? They've done everything. It's over. But it's a fresh beginning. And as bad as it gets, as long as you can survive, physically survive, and be on the other side of it. I have 4 children, 19 to 23. 2 boys, 2 girls going to engagement party today for my oldest daughter. 23 getting married. And the thing is that my grandkids aren't even born yet. You know how much debt they piled on them just in the last few months? Aren't even born. They don't owe it. It's not theirs. And the only thing that I can do is to make sure everybody understands, and they understand, my kids, my grandkids coming up, that they are not responsible for the debt that other people put on them. It's immoral, it's criminal, and the future is free. It's up here, and it's up to us to just insist on it without even playing the game. We just know it. Woo! I'll end with this. If you had, I didn't plan on going this long. If you had one thing and you're going to take over the planet, and you had something you wanted to do, there's a couple things you have to do. Humanity has an enormous amount of hope. I mean, we can be in the most dire situation, and we have just a sliver of hope, and it's going to give it hope. And they'll use that. Keep hope alive, okay? Hope that there'll be change. Hope is a hardwiring in the human brain that they use against us. What hope is for is to build upon the imagination of what's coming. The imagination of what can be. Your imagination of what can be better. To even imagine it. What they have done with the mandatory youth indoctrination camps, otherwise known as the public school system, what they have done is they have eliminated the imagination. You don't go to the grocery store and see a whole section of science fiction anymore. It's not even a category anymore. They put it in adventure or something. Because they have taken away our imagination. There are 2 private space stations in orbit, over 10,000 orbits right now, and you've never heard a word about it. Why? You'll hear about every shuttle delay there ever was because of weather or something, but you don't know they're out there. Go look it up. Private space station, Google, boom, there. You have no idea. Why? They've taken away your imagination. You can hope all you want if you don't know what to hope for. So what happens when you start to spark imagination? What happens when you put signs up and you have revolution and you talk about things that can be? That hope becomes a weapon then instead of an enslaving tool. And that's what's happening. The bad guys know it. When the dinosaur is coughing up blood and dying, just make sure you stay away from the tail. Woo!